Hello students, in the previous video, we learned divisibility test by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Today, we are going to learn prime factorization. So, let's learn it. Prime factorization. Prime factorization is the process of writing a composite number as a product of prime numbers. There are two methods of prime factorization. They are division method and factor tree method. Number 1. Division method. In division method, we start dividing the number by the smallest prime number. We keep on dividing by prime numbers till we obtain 1. For example, 48. Students, in order to factorize a given number 48 by division method, first of all, we have to draw two lines. They are horizontal line and vertical line. Students, after drawing these lines, we have to write a given number 48 inside the line. Students, now we have to start dividing a given number by smallest prime number 2. Students, we have to write smallest prime number 2 outside the line. Students, keeping in mind the divisibility test, we have to divide the given numbers. Students, we know that all the even numbers are divisible by 2, whether the numbers are 1 digit, 2 digit, 3 digit and so on. Students, we also know that odd numbers are not divisible by 2. So, we don't have to divide any odd number by 2. So, now, let us solve example 1, keeping in mind the rule of divisibility. Drawing vertical line, horizontal line and writing a given number 48 inside the line. Students, now we have to start dividing 48 by smallest prime number 2 and we have to write smallest prime number 2 outside the line. Thus, dividing 48 by 2. We get quotient 24. Students, we have to write quotient 24 below dividend 48. Students, now we have to divide quotient 24, which is also divisible by 2. Thus, dividing 24 by 2. We get quotient 12, which we have to write below the dividend 24. Students, now we have to divide quotient 12, which is also divisible by 2. Thus, dividing 12 by 2. We get quotient 6, which we have to write below the dividend 12. Students, now we have to divide quotient 6, which is again divisible by 2. Thus, dividing 6 by 2, we get quotient 3, which we have to write below the dividend 6. Students, 3 is not divisible by 2 as 3 is an odd number. Students, 3 is only divisible by 3, which is the next prime number. Thus, dividing 3 by 3, we get quotient 1, which we have to write below 3. Students, we obtain 1. So now, we have to stop dividing. Thus, prime factorization of 48 equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Number 2. Factor tree method. In factor tree method, we factorize the given composite number till we get all the prime factors. For example, 12. Students, multiplying by which two factors or numbers you will get 12? Yes, the answer is multiplying 2 by 6. We get 12. Students, 2 is a prime number and 6 is a composite number. Students, now we don't have to factorize 2 as it is a prime number. Students, we have to only factorize 6, which is a composite number. Students, now multiplying by which two factors we will get 6? Yes, the answer is multiplying 2 by 3. We get 6. Students, both 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Students, as we get all the prime factors, so now we have to stop factorizing. Thus, prime factorization of 12 equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Students, note that I encircle only the prime numbers while factorizing the number. Students, also note that the prime factorization of every number is unique. Practice time 5. Question number 1. Use any method you prefer to prime factorize these composite numbers. Students, in this question, you have to prime factorize the given composite numbers by any method, that is division method or factor tree method, whichever is convenient for you. Students, sum number 1 I am solving by both the method. Remaining sum I will solve by only division method. So now let us solve sum number 1 using division method. Students, keeping in mind the divisibility test, you have to solve sum number 1. Drawing a vertical line, horizontal line and writing a given number 51 inside the line. Students, now we have to start dividing 51 by the prime number. Students, 51 is an odd number. Students, we know that odd numbers are not divisible by 2. So, we don't have to divide 51 by 2. We have to divide 51 by the next prime number 3. As 5 plus 1 equals to 6. 6 is divisible by 3. So, 51 is also divisible by 3. Thus, dividing 51 by 3, we get quotient 17, which we have to write below the dividend 51. Students, now we have to divide 17. Students, remember that 17 is a prime number which is divisible by only 17. Thus, dividing 17 by 17, we get quotient 1, which we have to write below the dividend 17. Students, as we got 1, so now we have to stop dividing. Thus, prime factorization of 51 equals to 3 into 17. Now, sum number 1 by factor tree method. Students, multiplying by which two factors we will get 51? Yes, the answer is multiplying 3 by 17. We get 51. Students, both 3 and 17 are prime numbers. Students, as we got all the prime factors, so now we have to stop factorizing. Thus, prime factorization of 51 equals to 3 multiplied by 17. Now, sum number 2 by division method. Students, let us solve sum number 2 by keeping in mind the test of divisibility. Dividing 60 by 2, we get 30. Now, dividing 30 by 2, we get 15. Now, dividing 15 by 3, we get 5. Now, dividing 5 by the next prime number, we get 1. Students, we know that when we obtain 1, we have to stop dividing. Thus, prime factorization of 60 equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Now, sum number 3. Let us start dividing 81, keeping in mind the rule of divisibility. Dividing 81 by 3, we get 27. Now, dividing 27 by 3, we get 9. Now, dividing 9 by 3, we get 3. Now, dividing 3 by 3, we get 1. As we obtain 1, so now we have to stop dividing. Thus, prime factorization of 81 equals to 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. Now, sum number 4. Let us start dividing 32. Dividing 32 by 2, we get 16. Now, dividing 16 by 2. We get 8. Now dividing 8 by 2. We get 4. Now dividing 4 by 2. We get 2. Now dividing 2 by 2. We get 1. Thus, prime factorization of 32 equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Students, solve practice work by yourself. Thank you and have a nice day.